Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ken Friedrich. I'm the president of the Park Community Center. I'm thankfully everybody's here today. Thank you for coming out. This beautiful weather outside in November. And thank you for everybody that came out from Winnipeg. Hope you made it safe and sound. Before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge that we are standing on Treaty 1 land. In Treaty 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10 territories and ancestral lands of the Anishinaabe, Anishinaabe, I knew I was going to have trouble with that one, Dakota Oyate, Dene Sulene, and the homeland of the Red River Métis. Honestly, I did it better earlier. I would like to thank Premier Kinew, Minister Simard, and Mayor Jeff Foster for being here today. This is a very exciting announcement, another announcement today. There were many days when we thought we would never get to this point. Well, not really. Our board was we're always there. We always knew we were going to get here. And, but it's because of these three men, the mayor, the premier, and Minister Simard, that we are standing here today. They all came together and made this happen. On behalf of all the people in Brandon who have helped the programs and services at the new Park Community Center, I say thank you. I'd also like to pay tribute to the staff, management, and volunteers who made this community center the special place it is. I also like to really put a big one out to my fellow board members. Many of them have been on here for 6, 7+ years, 10 years, long fight, and everybody comes here every month, and we work really hard together. So I'd like to give a big shout out to my fellow board members. And now it's a great pleasure to welcome to the podium the Premier of Manitoba, Wab Kinew.
I was going to check his texts and browser history while he left his phone up here.
There'll be a lot of drumming stuff.
Okay.
Maybe. Nothing bad.
All good. Really happy to be here. We're here to announce another $1 million investment for the Park Community Center here in Brandon. So that brings the total investment up to $9 million, and we're really excited about this. This is going to bring childcare and recreational and social space to a new level in this part of Brandon. But importantly, this is about a hub for a community. You see the great volunteers and board who bring this place to life, and now there's a vision for the future that has some resources behind it to make this thing a reality. So I'm super proud of our team of Minister Simard and the staff that work with him. Really thankful for the partnership that we have with other levels of government, like with Mayor Fawcett and his team. But most of all, I'm super happy that we have a community like this, where people step up and say, this is what matters to us. We have great memories of growing up in this area, and we want to make sure that the next generation can make memories like that too. So working together with provincial investment, on-the-ground know-how, civic resources, we'll make this thing happen and make sure that the Park Community Center has life for many, many years to come. On that note, I'll turn things over to Minister Smooth, as we like to call him, Glenn Simard, MLA for Brandon East.
It's easy to be smooth when you come with a check, right? So good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be back in my on my turf, in my hometown, where I knock on doors. And this announcement is about building a stronger community, not just a community center, but a hub for the community. And our government's really proud to make this investment in Park Community Center. And this will be a cornerstone of downtown Brandon for years and years to come. And we all know that having access to childcare could be the difference between putting food on your table or struggling harder than before. Being able to go to work, to walk your kids across the street, to take advantage of $10 a day daycare all year round in your neighborhood. I can't think of a better way to champion what government should be about. Projects like this, that's what government should be about, making them a reality. I'm very proud of the relationship that the mayor and I have, the work that we've been doing and accomplishing together. I think you see it across the city, and I'm just really proud to continue to do this. So with the additional provincial investment of $1 million, and we are now moving to the RFP stage, Brandon families are one step closer to getting affordable childcare. The RFP is a huge, huge thing. Really happy about that. But most importantly, this is about giving kids in Brandon the best possible start in life. It's about supporting working parents. It's about building safe communities. And this is a project that is the best example of what we should be about. This is what our government means when we say we're building one Manitoba. We're building it together for you, for us. I want to thank the Park Community Center, the YMCA, who's going to be a major partner in this initiative, the City of Brandon, my colleagues, and in the Manitoba government. We're just looking forward to this next stage. I was talking to one of the board members before I came up here, and then what he said is, we won. This is what winning feels like. This is what feels like to get your project across the goal line. There's been a lot of announcements around Park Community Center, campaign announcements and adding funding announcements, but the next announcement will be here for a ribbon cutting. So really excited about that. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to His Worship, Mayor Fawcett.
Thank you. I don't feel like I should be the closer. I'm glad you're coming back up. These guys, they did a couple of pretty good innings of speaking there. And I like this Mr. Smooth. I go to a lot of events with Mr. Smooth. It has nothing to do with his dancing. That comes from some other context. It's just true.
I do my best.
Yeah, I know. Well, same with me. That's why I go with you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great day for Brandon and for everyone who believes in building a city that works for families, for kids, for seniors, and for the future. Today, we're celebrating a major step forward in the revitalization of the Park Community Center, right in the heart of downtown. This new investment and Brandon's contribution, and with this new investment and Brandon's contribution, we're officially moving ahead with this transformative project. We're talking about a licensed, nonprofit childcare facility, 68 new spaces operated by the YMCA of Brandon, right here where people work, live, and play. And that's a huge win. It means families can access affordable, high-quality care close to their jobs, their homes, and the services that they rely on every day. It's about making life easier for working parents and creating a more connected, supportive downtown. But the Park Community Center is more than children. It's going to be a place where people of all ages can gather, a place for recreation, for culture, for community, and whether you're a senior looking for a welcoming space to connect, a parent attending a program with your child, or a young person looking for something to do, this center will be for you. Brandon City Council has been proud to invest in this project alongside the province because we know the importance of the project. This is part of a bigger picture. Across Brandon, we're investing in community spaces. These projects are making our city more vibrant, more inclusive, and more welcoming. We're building a downtown that reflects the heart and soul of our city. A place where families can thrive, where kids can grow, and where seniors can stay connected. A place that brings people together. And I want to thank Premier Wab Kinew, Minister Glenn Simard for their support. I also want to thank the YMCA of Brandon for stepping up to operate the Child Care Center. And of course, thank you to the Park Community Center Board who have, well, you've been present. Right? It's been good. Yeah, no, it all works. Hey, you got to get things done. And Barry. Hey, yeah, the co-op. The co-op early on stepped up before it was even there. The co-op in there, what they give to this community center, they knew before us that we were getting there. Although we knew we were getting there, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we knew we were getting there.
We did.
Yeah, I know you did. This is what the community investment looks like. It's about working together to create spaces that serve everyone. It's about making sure Brandon continues to be a place we're proud to call home. So let's keep this momentum going. So thank you all very much.
All right, great speeches by all three. Just quickly, we all know what this place means to us. There's reasons why we're all here. And this community center has been a hub in this area, in this city, for a long time. Everybody has stories that comes up to me about birthday parties, dances. There's ladies that were coming in here in their 70s and 80s, still coming back here once a year to have a little reunion about when they used to have a dance here every year. That's what this community center means to this people, and that's what it means to us. And that's why we fought for many, many years for this, and that's why it's very important to have good partners, which we have. We have the city and we have the province. And without those two partners, we would not be standing here today. So it took the three of us to really run with this and to work together. We didn't always see eye to eye, but we all had the same thing in mind, and that was the goal to put this community center back here and to add a daycare for this community, because Brandon deserves this. Now we're... And now we'd like to open up to any questions.
You mentioned an RFP, but what's the expected final cost for this?
Gonna jump in on the first round, I can follow up later.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so we're going to get started right away. So the envelope that was mentioned by the Premier is the envelope to build this. So, I mean, to be fair, we'll take a cheaper price if we can get it, but we're in. It's fully funded. We have an operator ready to go, and we're open for business. So the best part about this announcement today, it's real, right? What's the timeline for, I guess, shovels and then full opening? Yeah, I would say that we're working with the city to get that started right away in terms of getting interested bidders involved, and then they determine the timeline there based on resources. But I would say that we could confidently say in the next couple of years, people will be crossing the street with their kids or coming to concerts at the new Park Community Center. This is for the Premier. With the price tag getting higher, $9 million now, what does that mean for other community centers here, potentially in southern Brandon?
Well, we've been making a lot of investments in western Manitoba, and Brandon is a really important part of the province to us. So we're going to continue to make sure that you have the resources that you need for kids to be able to grow up, and for people to be able to grow old, and for us to be able to grow our opportunities with a really strong economy.
With that price, does it make it harder to invest in future community centers, not just here in West Man, but around the province?
We got to prioritize community centers like this because it's an investment in neighborhoods and the next generation. And the reason why we go out and we do the mining, we do the ag industry, we do the manufacturing is so that we have a little bit left over at the end of the week to do something with the kids. And it's the same kind of principle that we bring in when we're building a budget at the provincial level.
Mr. Bringer, to Alex's point, this center, the new center, was meant to be a template for other centers. There was one talked about in the South End. I don't know how far along those discussions are, if they're even ongoing. What does the price tag for this one not make it more difficult to round up to the next one as a template?
You're making an interesting point, which is if we choose one design and we just replicate it, we can make our money go a lot further as the province. And this is actually the approach that we're choosing with the schools. Time was every school board in Manitoba would start from square one every time they design a school. And what we've said is, why are we repeating that engineering and design investment over and over again? So now, as you see us building schools, a couple of them here in Brandon, a bunch across the rest of the province, we're saying there's a standardized design. Of course, the school board can customize based on if this is a, a vocational school or they have certain special programs, they'd be able to add those additional spaces. Long story short, this is how we make your tax dollars go further. And if we can take the park community centers work and share that with other communities, that's going to allow us to make many more investments across the province.
If I may, this
$1.4 million.
I have two non-related questions. Go ahead. Constable Bostock, he has pled guilty today to a number of charges. He's been involved in prosecutions in a number of cases. What does that mean for the future, and will the Department of Justice be reviewing cases he's been involved in?
Well, we've heard a request from the city of Winnipeg and the Winnipeg Police Service to make some changes legislatively about their disciplinary processes. We're certainly looking at that, and we've been talking with them closely. Look forward to reaching out to the Winnipeg Police Association as part of that work as well. I know that there's actions that the city can take immediately without the province. Like anytime the province gets involved, it's going to take a year or more if you want to change legislation. So it's really just about keeping people safe. And when you have a situation like we're hearing the details of in this case, changes do need to be made just to make sure that everybody knows that we're going to be safe in the community and that law enforcement is going to be doing the job that we want from them, which is public safety.
Any words on Bill 210, honoring November 8th permanently as National Indigenous Veterans Day?
Yeah, absolutely. So Minister Simard and Mayor Fawcett and actually a bunch of other people here in the room, we just came from Errol Black Park, where we were participants in an Indigenous Veterans Day ceremony with Frank Tachan. Tachan is how everybody pronounces his name in English, but little Dakota lesson here, it's Tachan. So I always like have a good back and forth with him and tease him a little bit. But he spoke very powerfully about his dad being a World War II veteran and how he fought overseas but also had to fight battles here at home. And when we honor Indigenous veterans as part of Remembrance Week and in the lead up to Remembrance Day, it's just a way for us to praise the generations that gave us the freedoms and liberties that we love here at home. As we speak right now, there are a few dozen school kids from Manitoba, from 4 different school divisions, including from here, who are in the Netherlands right now. And they are seeing the parts of Europe that were liberated by our ancestors, by our grandparents, and in some cases by our parents. And what we are hoping for out of trips like that, why we're investing in that, is we want young people in Canada today to keep the living memory alive. Because what these people did when they were 19, 20 years old is the reason why we have a democracy and not a dictatorship. It's the reason why somebody like myself can start life on a reserve and end up being a premier of Manitoba. And it's why all of us have the freedom to be who we want to be in this society. And so at the very least, on November 11th, November 8th, Remembrance Week, really every day of the year, we got to give thanks and pay tribute to those folks. Yeah, okay, awesome. Thanks, everyone.